Good evening and welcome to Bluprint Explosive Exclusive. I'm Madhavdas G. Now, amidst the raging face-off over Aurangzeb, Times Now has accessed exclusive documents that reveal how lakhs of rupees were spent year after year on the upkeep of Aurangzeb's tomb. But Chhatrapati Shivaji's temple has been neglected. Now, this is an RTI reply that is dated 2023, where the details of the grants provided to Aurangzeb's tomb every year by the ASI of the central government for the maintenance of the grave have been detailed. According to this available information, 4.5 lakhs have been spent in just the past 2 years. Let's look at the funding details and then contrast it with what the only temple dedicated to Shivaji Maharaj gets from the Maharashtra government. Let's take a quick look, if you can quickly bring that up on the screen. And this is in fact the RTI reply, where it clearly details the annual amount that is given right from the year 2011-12 to 2021-22. The Sindhudurg Fort, however, which is in contrast, receives 3,000 rupees per annum. And this is an amount that was decided in 1970, 30th March 1970, and a monthly installment of 250 rupees that is provided by the government in contrast to that. Now, this is, of course, as far as these two documents are concerned, a stark picture of contrast over there. And of course, there are many, many groups that are up in arms since this revelation has come out in the public domain. In fact, several of the Hindu groups have come out and demanded that there should be some kind of parity, and clearly saying that this is injustice, demanding that the maintenance funds given to Aurangzeb's tomb should be stopped immediately is a demand as well. Listen in.
जो क्रूर कर्मा औरंगजेब था, जिसने छत्रपति संभाजी महाराज जी की हत्या की, उसका उदात्तीकरण क्यों? जर्मन में तो कोई हिटलर का स्मारक नहीं होता है, तो फिर महाराष्ट्र में औरंगजेब का कब्र क्यों? ये मूलभूत प्रश्न यहाँ पे है। केंद्रीय पुरातत्व विभाग छत्रपति शिवाजी महाराज जी का जो सिंधुदुर्ग किले पे मंदिर है, उसकी ओर दुर्लक्ष कर रहा है, उसके लिए अनुदान नहीं दे रहा है। 2 साल से इसके बारे में हम फॉलोअप कर रहे हैं। केवल 6,000 रुपए माह यानी सालाना, और माह का देखते हैं, मंथ का देखते हैं तो केवल 400 रुपए से लेकर 600 रुपए तक, यानी महाराज जी का मंदिर दुर्लक्षित है और औरंगजेब की कब्र के लिए लाखों रुपए खर्चा किया जा रहा है। हमारी मांग ये है कि यहाँ पे औरंगजेब की कब्र का उदात्तीकरण नहीं होना चाहिए, उसका कब्र जो है उसके लिए खर्चा नहीं होना चाहिए। केंद्र शासन का जो पुरातत्व विभाग है, इसने तुरंत ये बंद करना चाहिए और छत्रपति शिवाजी महाराज जी के मंदिर को अनुदान देना चाहिए।
Let's take this across to my colleague Arunil, who's joining us, in fact, at the moment. Arunil, this is becoming a massive issue there in Maharashtra, where there's a stark contrast between the funds provided to, in fact, the memorial as far as Aurangzeb is concerned and the Shivaji Rajeshwar temple in Sindhudurg is concerned. What does the government have to say on this, and what are we likely to see in terms of action on this to, to remove what is being clearly seen as some kind of an injustice to the memory of Shivaji?
Latest development from the Maharashtra government, Madhav, is that the finance minister, that is Ajit Pawar, who's also the deputy CM, he has announced a grand memorial to be made in the name of Chhatrapati Sambhaji Maharaj, son of Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj, in Sangameshwar. Sangameshwar is the place from where Chhatrapati Sambhaji Maharaj was captured by Aurangzeb and brutally murdered by Aurangzeb. So the government is acting on that front as well. Now, coming to this story of ours as well, it was first raised by Hindu Jan Jagruti Samiti. What they are saying is, what the documents basically say is that around 2.5 lakh to 3 lakh rupees annually have been spent on the tomb of Aurangzeb in Chhatrapati Sambhaji Nagar. Earlier it was ironically Aurangabad. And with respect to the only temple of Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj, which is there on Sindhudurg Fort, which is basically was the naval headquarters of Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj, unfortunately that temple is not in a very good state, and only rupees 6,000 has been spent on it. Why this kind of a disparity? This is what everybody is questioning on that front. The BJP-led government in Maharashtra, which obviously is the Mahayuti government, they have assured that appropriate action will be taken on this.
All right. What will that appropriate action be? How quickly will it be taken? Arunil, thanks so much for joining us with that quick update. And let's take a look at some of the reactions coming in, because Maharashtra Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis has responded to these calls to remove Aurangzeb's tomb in Chhatrapati Sambhaji Nagar. He says that everyone wants his tomb to be removed, but there are legal constraints, and also, in fact, saying the Congress government previously has placed the site under the Archaeological Survey of India's protection.
राजे असं म्हणतात की ती जी औरंगजेबाची खबर आहे ती हटवली गेली पाहिजे, त्याची नोंदणी हटवली गेली पाहिजे.
साहेब, आम्हालाही प्रत्येकाला असंच वाटतं. फक्त काही गोष्टी कायद्याने कराव्या लागतात, कारण ती संरक्षित आहे. जुन्या काँग्रेसच्या काळामध्ये ASIचं संरक्षण मिळालंय.
More reactions coming in on the funding injustice. Let's listen in.
जिस तरह से शिवाजी महाराज पे या संभाजी महाराज पे जो स्टेटमेंट्स आ रहे हैं, तो एक स्वाभाविक भावना आती है कि जब हम कुछ नहीं बोल रहे तो ये पर्पसली हो रहा है क्या? छत्रपति का इतिहास जो है वो कम करने की या उसका इम्पोर्टेंस जो है वो ये करने की क्या बोलते हैं साजिश कोशिश है, या तो फिर ये एक स्वाभाविक भावना है कि अगर ऐसा होगा तो औरंगजेब की भी कब्र जो है वो महाराष्ट्र में नहीं रहनी चाहिए. तो इसमें कुछ ये नहीं है, गलत बात नहीं है कुछ.
All right, let's take this across to our guest now. Joining us is Avidud Wagh, who's a BJP spokesperson. With us also is advocate Sushil Vyas. He's from, of course, the Shiv Sena, national spokesperson of the Shiv Sena. With us is advocate Junaid Khan, AIMIM spokesperson. Manasvi Thapar is a lawyer and political analyst. Let me start with a BJP spokesperson on the panel. And let me begin by asking you, Mr. Wagh, the question that many are asking is that if there is this injustice, why has it been allowed for so long? And how will this be rectified? How is the situation going to be rectified coming, in coming days as well?
Let me accept the fact that 1995 to 1999, around more than 4.5 years, BJP was a ruling party along with Shiv Sena. 2014 to 2019, BJP was a ruling party in Maharashtra. And also, for last 2.5 years, we were a ruling party. In spite of being a ruling party in Maharashtra, let me accept the fact that we could not give a justice to Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj by building his memorial in Maharashtra and also destroying the qabr of Aurangzeb. I have no hesitation of accepting the fact, but whatever has gone has gone. Now we have to work. And especially after the release of the movie Chhaava, not only Maharashtra, but the entire India has understood the contribution of Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj and his son, Dharmavir Sambhaji Maharaj, Chhatrapati. Chhatrapati Sambhaji Maharaj has...
So what will you do, sir? What is going to be done? We all know that what the feeling is. What is your government going to do is the big question.
Whatever is in your mind, we will definitely do it.
No, please
sir.
don't read my mind. Tell us what you will do, sir. Let's not speak in riddles. It's a very serious issue. What is the specifics that you are promising the people? People want to know what is the government going to do.
We are aware that this is a very serious issue. As our chief minister has already said that the Aurangzeb's qabr is under ASI. So it has got a recognition as well as it has got a legal status.
Okay.
We have to work on that. But let me remind you that after the liberalization of USSR, the Lenin's statue and even for that matter, Stalin's statue were demolished. I just want to remind you.
Let me bring in some of the other panelists now. Manasvi Thapar, there may be some amount of legal sanctity, but we've seen, of course, with regime changes in different parts of the world, how statues of those who are perceived as tyrants were brought down. I think that's the sum and substance of the BJP's argument. They admit that they have not been able to do anything over the last several years, but from here on, things will change. Will you support them if they are to, so tomorrow, for instance, come out and say that Aurangzeb's statue needs to, or the memorial needs to be removed?
I think more than that, I think it's a question of intention of the BJP. I think the BJP does not have any intention. It is only the rows which has just come into light, so they are speaking about it. But the intention on ground from the BJP side of argument is not there. The only argument which I saw was that Congress had given Aurangzeb's cover to ASI. ASI comes under the cultural ministry, and cultural minister is from the BJP regime. And no action has been taken from them, and he has been granting that funds since last couple of years. So the question has to come from the BJP central leadership.
Okay.
funds. And now then the other question which comes out that this is still a state run mandir, so there is no funds there. So you can give it to ASI. You did not do that also. You could not even give it to ASI. And further now, when there is laxity of fund, or there is some more than the laxity of fund, there is laxity of intention from the side of the BJP. BJP is completely failing. It is only about even right now when we were speaking, we saw that it is only after the movie Chhaava the feeling of arose. So they need a movie for the sentiments to be out. No, you don't need a movie. The contribution of Chhatrapatis have been huge in this country. You don't need a movie to awaken you as Indians or as nationalists or as Marathas.
Okay. Let me bring in Advocate Sushil Vyas. Sushil Vyas, why did it have to take for a movie to come in for people to realize it? If there is a commitment to a cause and to the memory of Chhatrapati Shivaji, then surely all of this should have been addressed much earlier. Sushil Vyas.
Madhavji, it's not question of movie. Just because of Chhaava movie, we came to know about this. This fact was there. Unfortunately, Javduji narrated, things should be improved and proper action to rectify the mistakes which are there should be done. But there are technical problems. As this particular tomb of Aurangzeb, situated in Sambhajinagar district, formerly known as Aurangabad, is recognized by ASI and also by UNESCO. Now, there are certain steps. Now, there is a strong views of Maharashtra people at least that this tomb should not be there, but that proper steps will be taken. The amount spent on that tomb, like 3,700 sites protected by ASI, it is by ASI. And we are not saying that there's an excuse for us, because the central government is also by our parties only. So we will take the appropriate steps on how that fund can be reduced, and the fund for the temple of Shivaji Maharaj in Sindhudurg Fort, for how it can be beautified, how it can be repaired, how it can be well maintained will be done. And I must tell you, today only in Maharashtra Assembly, in budget, our Deputy Chief Minister announced 50 crore rupees for Sangameshwar Memorial for Sambhaji Maharaj. And
no, that is all fine. That is all fine, sir. What about this temple? How quickly will the funds be received over here remains to be seen. But let me bring in Advocate Junaid Khan, who's spokesperson of AIMIM. Advocate Junaid Khan, there are legal difficulties in terms of what can be done as far as Aurangzeb's tomb is concerned, but we are also examining what can be done. What is the AIMIM's position? Because we've seen your leaders make a beeline to pay respects to Aurangzeb, who's also been seen by many as a tyrant. Of course, his role has been very well described in that movie we were just talking about, but his role historically is also very, very well known.
It is very disappointing on the part of Chief Minister of Maharashtra that he is saying that he will exhume the grave of Aurangzeb. The Aurangzeb's grave is a archaeological protected site. It is protected by ASI and Ancient Monument Act of 1958. Chief Minister has taken oath of Constitution, and he should also consider the Article 49 of the Constitution, wherein it is provided that protection of a monument and places an object of national importance. It is a directive principle of state policy. How will he exhume the grave of Aurangzeb? First of all, he have to make amendment in the Constitution, Article 49. He have to make amendment in the Act of 1958, which is made for protection of archaeological sites. Or there is another way which he may be thinking, as he have done he and the people with his mentality have done in 1992 with Babri Masjid, as they have given their affidavit in the Supreme Court. And
no, but Advocate Junaid Khan, whatever it may happen, I'm not getting into how they will do it legally, etc. That is up to the BJP and for the centre to explain. But the larger question that many are asking is, why should a tyrant's tomb be there in the first place? Somebody who has played a very violent role, from prominent Hindu temples to prominent leaders, religious leaders of Sikhism, all have been his victims over the period that he ruled.
And when did it came into the light that he was Tyrant? After the release of this movie Chhaava?
No.
Nobody's saying that. Nobody's saying that. But the fact is that is the stated position as far as Aurangzeb is concerned.
No.
Since it is an ASI protected monument and government has protected it, and with the act of parliament. How can he remove this grave? He should explain.
Mr. Wagh, would you like to respond to that?
See, my question straight away is whether you are praising, whether you are supporting Aurangzeb or not, whether to remove the tomb or not, it is a separate question. Thing is, are you supporting Aurangzeb? Aurangzeb basically कौन था? Aggressor था ना, बाहर से आया था. So he is not an Indian ruler. He is not an Indian king. He was like the English people who ruled over us for 150 years. It is the same Mahatma Gandhi said quit India to the Britishers. Similarly, we are saying quit Mughal. That's the same thing. Mughal or Britishers, both are enemies to us at that time. They were rulers and they were aggressors. That's it. So simple as that, irrespective of their religion. Are you siding?
Okay.
Aurangzeb?
Okay, Junaid Khan, respond.
Are you siding?
Yeah, we got your point, Mr. Wagh. Junaid Khan, respond.
There is a huge difference between British and Mughals. You cannot draw a parallel between them. Britishers drained the Indian wealth from India to Britain. Where did Mughal took the wealth of India? How can you compare these Britishers with Mughals?
No food to eat over there. That is why they have come to India. They have come to India not to make India great. They were beggars over there. उनको खाने की मौका थी. इसके लिए इंडिया को लूटने के लिए आए. उनके पास क्या था? कौन थे वो? ना संस्कृति थी, ना पढ़ाई थी, ना लिखाई थी, ना कुछ संस्कृति थी. अरे कहां से आए थे वो लोग? आप किसकी बात कर रहे हैं भैया? आप कुछ भी गलत बात मत कीजिए.
मोदी जी तो इंडिया को महान बनाने के लिए आए हैं, तो आज देश की जीडीपी 2-3%, 4%.
अरे वो छोड़िए मोदी जी, छोड़िए.
Okay. Yeah, I think the debate is veering off. As far as this particular aspect is concerned. In fact, there are many reactions coming in also as well. But Manasvi Thapar, quick response to what's being stated here by Mr. Wagh.
I feel that these are just mere statements, but there is no on-ground action or there is no intention. Had it been there is any intention from the side of the government, be it at the center or the state, who are you to blame?
All right, breaking news. There's a reaction coming in from Congress's Vajativar. Let's quickly listen into that.
नहीं देखो आरटीआई में क्या मालूम मुझे नहीं पता कि पर हर जो आर्कोलॉजिकल डिपार्टमेंट ने अपने अंडर में रखा है उसके वो निगरानी के लिए रखा है, उसी सुरक्षितता के लिए रखा है. और एक हमारे ऐतिहासिक जो है पुरातन जो चीजें हैं उसको उसकी निगाह रखना, उसकी सुरक्षा करना.
All right, I'd like to thank all our panelists for joining us. Avadhoot Wagh, Advocate Sushil Vyas, Advocate Junaid Khan, as well as Manasvi Thapar. Thank you so much for joining us this evening.